Welcome to MotorHub. Today's video is all about the different type of automatic transmissions available in the Indian market. Picking the right transmission has been an easy task until India's ever-rising traffic problem has arisen. So which automatic transmission suits you the best? Watch the video to find out. So these are the different types of automatic transmissions available in the Indian market. First on the list is AMT. AMT stands for Intelligent Manual Transmission, and it is coined by Hyundai for the latest advancement, the clutchless manual transmission. It is almost a manual transmission but without a clutch pedal. You still have to shift gears using a H pattern shifter just like a manual. However, an actuator is used to engage and disengage the clutch whenever required with the help of a sensor in the gear lever. This technology is very new to the Indian market and is only available in cars like Hyundai i20, Venue and the Kia Sonet. In terms of drivability, things are pretty much same as in a manual transmission. It is smooth and slick on shifts and offers good ease of driving, but a bit of fine tuning would enhance the driving experience. If you are used to driving a manual and are only considering an automatic because of city traffic, then an IMT would be your best bet. The only cause of concern here is the fact that you no longer have clutch control over the car. Coming to fuel efficiency, there is no significant difference over a manual, but there might be a slight decline in 0 to 100 km per hour runs. In terms of price, IMT is the most affordable option on the list and it offers quite a bit of value for money. As it is based on a manual transmission and uses most of the same components, the increment in price over a manual falls between Rs 20,000 to Rs 25,000. Next on the list is automated manual transmission. Before IMT was introduced, AMT was the most economical automatic transmission option available in the Indian market. It is similar in construction to a manual transmission, but here both the clutch and gear shifts are controlled by an actuator. You just need to take care of the accelerator and brake pedals, and the transmission will decide the best gear for you based on the throttle input. Coming to performance, gear shifts are slower than usual. In-gear acceleration takes time, and out on the highways you will have to plan your overtakes. The AMT is definitely not for enthusiastic drivers. If you float the accelerator pedal, it kind of gets confused and takes more time to react. Thus, an AMT is best suited for those who like to drive at a steady pace and want the convenience that an automatic transmission has to offer without paying too much premium over a manual. In terms of fuel efficiency, things can be different from brand to brand. Maruti's AMT is almost at par with their manual transmission when driven with a light foot. Hyundai's AMT also offers decent fuel efficiency compared to the manual. Then there are brands like Tata and Renault who are little off the mark in this kind of comparison with respect to the manual counterparts. The price of the added convenience is that you will have to shell out Rs 50,000 to Rs 60,000 more over a regular manual transmission. While AMTs offer you same experience as an actual automatic transmission at a lower price, there are trade-offs like shift quality is not that smooth and jerks can be felt, especially while downshifting. This problem is not that bothersome at lower speed, but it's still apparent. Next on the list is continuously variable transmission. CVTs are the most different kind of transmissions on this list, as they don't have actual gears. They instead work on a belt-driven system which is suspended off two pulleys. These pulleys can change their radii to mimic any kind of gear ratio, meaning they are capable of offering infinite gear ratios. A transmission control unit decides what gear ratios to use depending on the throttle input, speed, incline, and other factors. In terms of performance, CVTs tends to offer a smooth driving experience as they are very linear in nature, and this is quite good for city driving. The CVTs are not sporty in nature. It is not the best option for quick overtakes. The real magic of a CVT comes to light when you check out the fuel efficiency. If you drive it with a light foot, the CVT will offer good fuel efficiency in the city. However, if you start pushing a CVT transmission, its fuel efficiency drops quite quickly as the engine operates at higher speeds, thus consuming more fuel. CVTs end up costing anywhere between rupees 1 lakh to rupees 1 lakh 30,000 over the manual counterparts and offer a very different driving experience. You should be picking a CVT if you drive a lot in the city, aren't always looking to get from point A to B in the shortest time, and would like to be frugal while doing so. Next on the list is dual clutch transmission. A dual clutch is the most sophisticated automatic transmission available in the mass market cars today. Earlier, this technology was only available in higher end sport cars and supercars. Just as the name indicates, it has two different clutches which operates two sets of gear ratios, one odd and the other even. When driving around, a computer pre-selects what it feels will be the next required gear using the second clutch, and thus at the time of the gear shift, the difference between the two is negligible. The computer uses multiple parameters to judge if an upshift or a downshift will be required. However, the basic premise here is that a higher gear will be selected if you are accelerating and a lower gear will be chosen if you are decelerating. Due to the extensive machinery on board, a dual clutch transmission can be fine-tuned to offer quick shifts or more comfortable shifts. All of this can be changed by just changing the tune of the gearbox. This is nowadays possible by simply pressing the drive button modes in most cars, which automatically changes the response you get from the engine, gearbox and even the steering and suspension in some cases. The DCT then comes across as an automatic transmission that caters best to the enthusiast with its super quick shifts. It is the closest an automatic transmission has come in replicating the kind of joy you can expect from manual cars. As far as the fuel efficiency is concerned, it all depends on how you drive. A smooth and light input will result in good efficiency and in most cases comes very close to the efficiency numbers you can achieve from a manual gearbox equipped car. Thus, a DCT is the best all-round package, especially if your driving scenario isn't limited just to the city or highway driving. In terms of price, they are ideally around rupees 1 lakh to rupees 1 lakh 50,000 more expensive than their manual counterparts and are a lot more expensive to repair as well. Not only this, their elaborate setup can also make them quite heavy. However, DCTs make up for all of that with their great range of performance. Next on the list is a torque converter gearbox. A torque converter is one of the oldest kinds of automatic transmissions, and over the years they have gotten more refined and efficient. In the olden days, torque converters weren't really geared for any kind of performance or fuel efficiency. It was just the means to a two-pedal driving setup, as nothing else offered a similar convenience at the time. A torque converter uses two turbines, one connected to the flywheel and the other to the gearbox. A transmission liquid in the middle transfers the force from one side to the other. In olden days, torque converters used to offer a damped or slushy effect where you could feel the engine revving and creating power, but it wouldn't be transferred to the wheels as a liquid in the middle would end up damping a lot of that power. Modern day torque converters, however, feel a lot different and there is no perceptible loss in power and are well suited for city or highway driving. Depending on their tuning, they can either offer great performance or excellent efficiency or even a good mix of both. A torque converter is a good bet for you if your driving includes a mix of different scenarios such as slow city crawls in traffic, long highway stints where you easily cruise at triple-digit speeds, or a twisty road that requires you to go through the gears often, and all of that with the option of still returning a fuel efficiency that would be close to its manual counterpart. However, means that they are pricey too, and torque converters end up costing anywhere between rupees 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50,000 over the manual counterparts.